What's this?
I'd like to call the January 2nd, 2023 organizational meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Bosso,
Here.
Mr. Caldwell.
Here.
Ms. Johnson,
Here.
Ms. Martindale,
Here.
Mr. Shriner.
Here.
Need a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Thank you. We need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mrs. Martindale. Roll call.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Bosso.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes. Moving. Oh,
Mr. Shriner. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm used to being nervous. Okay, moving now to the election of the president for the 2023 calendar year.
Madam President, I would like to nominate Anthony Caldwell for board president.
Thank you. Are there other nominations?
Yes, Madam President, I would like to nominate Chris Bosso for board president.
Okay. Other nominations? Do we need a motion to close?
Need a motion to close.
Oh, I motion.
To close. Thank you. We need a second on that.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
This is just to close the nomination.
Yes.
Correct. Roll call, Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Mr. Shriner.
Yes.
Mr. Bosso.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson. Okay, for the roll call for the first nominee, this would be Mr. Caldwell. Mr. Bosso.
No.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
No.
Mr. Shriner.
Yes.
That's the three votes needed, so that is.
Sir. Caldwell will be serving as president of the board for this year. Starting now.
Jackie thinking that's
It was fun.
good job.
Thank you.
Items for action tonight are fiscal and operational, I'm sorry, election, I got ahead of myself. Election of vice president. This time, the Board of Education will elect one of its members to serve as vice president for a one-year term for the year of 2023. We'll accept nominations.
President Caldwell, I nominate Lee Shriner to serve as vice president.
Are there any other nominations?
Yes, President Caldwell, I nominate Chris Bosso to serve as vice president.
I move we close nominations.
We have seven.
Second that.
Okay, to close the nominations, Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Bosso.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Shriner.
Yes.
Okay, for the first nomination was for Mr. Shriner. Mr. Bosso,
No.
Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
No.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Shriner has been elected the vice president.
Congratulations, Mr. Shriner. Third item for action under organizational action items is recommended the Board of Education adopt the calendar of meeting dates for calendar year 2023. We have a motion to adopt the calendar as presented in the minutes.
So moved, Shriner.
We have a second.
I'll second that.
Second by Ms. Martindale. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Bosso,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. All right, under items for action under fiscal and operational management, we have 7 action items. First is the board service fund. It's recommended the Board of Education establish a board service fund for fiscal year 2023-2024. Item number 2 is authorization for fiscal procedures. Recommended the Board of Education authorize the administration to carry out fiscal procedures for calendar year 2023 Item number 3, resolution to participate in state and federally funded programs for fiscal year 2023-2024. Recommended the Board of Education to authorize the administration to apply and accept federal and state funded grants and entitlements for fiscal year 2023-2024. Item number 4, renew membership in the Ohio School Boards Association. Recommended that the Board of Education renew its annual membership with the Ohio School Boards Association for calendar year 2023, including subscriptions to the OSBA briefcase and school management news, the amount of $9,144. Number 5, resolution to participate in the Ohio School Boards Association Legal Assistance Fund. Recommended the Board of Education pass resolution as presented to join the Ohio School Boards Association Legal Assistance Fund. Item number 6, renew membership in the Ohio Education Policy Institute. Recommended the Board of Education renew its membership in the Ohio Education Policy Institute for calendar year 2023 at the annual cost of $1,500. And item number 7, designate the treasurer as the board's public record designee. It's recommended the Board of Education appoint the treasurer as the public records designee for the Board of Education per ORC 109.43. As a public record designee, the treasurer shall attend public record training annually on behalf of the Board of Education. I've presented these items. I have moved them for passage. Can I have a second?
Second that.
Second by Mr. Bozo. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bosso,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. Now we'll accept a motion to adjourn the organizational meeting.
So moved, Martindale.
Do we have a second?
Second, Johnson.
Second by Ms. Johnson. Roll call, please.
Ms. Martindale. Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Bosso,
Yes.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. I don't need a 37.
Let me pick this immediately.
Please, want to keep going? I guess. Now the regular meeting of the Southwestern City School District Board of Education for January 2nd, 2023 will be called to order. Roll call.
Mr. Bosso,
Here.
Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale,
Yes.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Two of the 5 of us got that right. We are absolutely here, and yes. Item number 2, look, we're all figuring this out. It's fine. Item number 2 on the agenda tonight is the adoption of the agenda. Can we get a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
So move, Shriner.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Martindale. Can I have a roll call?
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Bosso.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the December 12th, 2022 meeting as attached to tonight's agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Mr. Bozo, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Martindale, a second. Roll call.
Mr. Bosso.
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Shriner.
Here. Yes.
Yes. Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. All right. Do we have any board reports tonight? No, seeing none. I'll move on to the next item, which is legislative liaison report, which is me. This will transition to Mr. Shriner, if he would take that task on in the future meetings, if you don't mind, Lee.
Happy to.
Good, great, thanks. You just always did a great job with that. The biggest update is that the legislative session for 2021-2022 biennium has now come to an end. And any bills that were passed in that biennium have died. And so the new legislative session will actually start tomorrow. You'll have a list of new bills and other things that will get introduced, I'm sure, right away, but that's the biggest update. And we'll maintain, we'll continue to watch those bills that impact our district and education in general. So that would conclude my report. Now we'll go to the student staff achievement liaison report. Ms. Martindale.
Good evening. I have just a couple of things to touch on tonight. The first one is congratulations to Weston High School store, the Paw Pit, which is projecting over 100,000 in sales at this time by year's end after a record-setting first half of the school year. The store provides students with an opportunity to practice soft skills, sales, and work experience. Last year, the store finished with 61,737 in sales comparatively. So great job, Cougars. In December, both the Westland Air Force Junior ROTC and the Central Crossing High School Navy Junior ROTC unit participated in the National Wreaths Across America event. The Central Crossing High School NJROTC unit laid more than 750 wreaths on veterans' graves at the Concord Elementary in Grove City. The Westland High School AFJROTC cadets performed a color guard and assisted American Legion Post 532 with playing taps and filling in on their honor guard at the Sunset Cemetery in Giveaway. Then they placed wreaths on veterans' graves within the cemetery. Two really awesome things to celebrate. And then just for the Southwestern City School District Gives Back last month, our district transportation department once again carried out their annual tradition to help families in the district ahead of the holiday season. For nearly 4 decades, our transportation team members have raised funds to make gifts and experiences happen for the kids that we serve. This year, countless drivers, transportation aides, office staff raised more than $3,200 benefiting 29 students that the team provided. And then Miss Turner's first grade class at Prairie Lincoln Elementary practiced kindness the whole month of December by making and sending greeting cards each week. The cards were sent to various places in the community, including a nursing home, a home for veterans, healthcare workers, and the Prairie Lincoln Elementary School. And the last noteworthy thing here to mention is one of several buildings sourcing donations to help the community this December. Holt Crossing Intermediate School completed their canned food drive that saw 1,738 items donated. So great job, Rocket. And then I also just wanted to say a special thank you to Finland Elementary students who wrote thank you cards to the whole board, and they were delivered to us this evening. I actually looked through every one of them. So that was very kind that they would do that for us. So thank you, Finland Elementary School.
Thank you, Ms. Martindale. Now we'll move to Mr. Bozo for fiscal and operational management.
Thank you, Mr. President. On the agenda under fiscal and operational management tonight, we have 7 items. The first is the revised permanent appropriation for fiscal year 2020-2023. It's recommended the Board of Education approve the revised permanent appropriation, which is Exhibit X1. Item number 2, the investment and financial statement for December 2022. It's recommended in accordance with section 135.14 of the Ohio Revised Code. The Board of Education approved December's investments, which is Exhibit X2, and the cash positioning report for the month of December 2022, Exhibit X3 was submitted. Total investments is $322,982,487.76. Interest earnings month to date will be a negative $26,494.37. Interest earnings year to date, $2,106,400, Interest rates are vary between 0.017 to 4.75%. To note that negative number, you assured me we did not lose money. We did not. On that, that is just an premium purchase, which the money was paid back, and also our Star Ohio investment was not finished for the accounting for December, so there'll be 2 in January. Item number 3, the payment of bills. It's recommended the Board of Education approve payment of bills according to the list of checks for the month of December 2022. Item number 4 is donations. It's recommended the Board of Education accept the donations of $16,662 as detailed in Exhibit X5, and authorize letters of appreciation to be sent to all the donors. Donations are always appreciated. Item number 5, authorization to pay the bills in accordance with section 5705.41 of the Ohio Revised Code. Exhibit X6, it's recommended that the Board of Education authorize the treasurer to pay the bills for December, which are not processed in accordance with section 5705.41 of the Ohio Revised Code. Item number 6 is approve the amended ESSER 3 plan. It's recommended the Board of Education approve the amended elementary and secondary school emergency relief funds presented in Exhibit X7. This is done amended every first of the year and in June of each year. Item number 7, resolution to restate the Ohio Association of School Business Officials 457 document plan. It is recommended that the Board of Education adopt the resolution as presented to restate the OASBO 457 plan document exhibit X8. I was going to say, Madam President, but Mr. President, I would review these items. I move them for passage.
Second, Shriner.
We have a first and a second, roll call.
Mr. Bosso,
Yes.
Mr. Shriner.
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. Moving on in the agenda, items for action, we have facilities development, Mr. Bozo again.
Under facilities development, we just have one action item this evening. The resolution authorizes Southwestern City School District to advertise invitations for bids for the contract to replace the partitions at the Buckeye Woods and Darby Woods elementary schools. These partitions will be replaced with solid walls and solid doors to improve air quality in the classroom. The project hopefully will be about $50,000 and hopefully be paid with ESSER funds. After reviewing this item, I move it for passage, Mr. President.
We have a first and a second,
I'll second it.
second. I wanted to call you President Johnson as well. Ms. Johnson, roll call.
Mr. Bosso,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale,
Yes.
Mr. Shriner.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. Next, for items for action, we have student schools and community, Ms. Martindale.
Yes. So I've got just one item. Approval. So we've got Central Crossing High School and JROTC senior cadets have the opportunity to travel to Pleasant, South Carolina. This trip is planned from March 16th through 18th. The students will miss one day of school, and the trip with all expenses will be paid by their boosters. After reviewing all of this, presented to the board for action. Mr. President.
Is that a motion?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? No? Roll call?
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Bosso,
Yes.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. All right, next, we have personnel with Vice President Schreiber.
Thank you, President Caldwell. On the board agenda this evening are 8 personnel items involving 130 persons. This includes 3 certificated resignations, 9 certificated changes in employment status, 81 certificated employments, 9 classified resignations, 7 classified changes in employment status, and 21 classified employments. Also, the 2023, 2024, and the 2024-2025 master calendars and contingency plans are also on the agenda for approval. After reviewing these action items, I move them for action at this time.
We have a second.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Roll, any discussion? No? Second. I'm sorry, roll call?
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Mr. Bosso.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. And we have no public participation relative to non-agenda items. Okay. All right. Any items for discussion?
Mr. President, I just, with the facilities development stuff, I just wanted to give a shout out to the custodians at the Grove City High School. I don't know if you guys knew
Yeah.
how bad that was flooded, but they worked their butts off over there. I mean, they put time in during the holidays, which was above and beyond as far as I'm concerned. So I just want to give a shout out to them, and I forgot to mention it.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Mr. President. I stopped by there to look and wow, what a job they did in a fast.
Maybe they'll come over to your house, Lee.
If the board would like, we'll be glad to follow up with a letter to the custodial staff on behalf of the board.
Very much, yes.
Thank you.
And that wasn't the only building affected, right? Didn't you?
We did have a break at Westland. We had it was small, luckily it was 30 feet from a drain. And so they had that cleaned up within about 3 hours. And then we had a hot box issue at Beulah Park. But it was outside the building, and so it was shut off. It was the only thing of significance from the cold weather.
What does that mean?
What's that?
A hot box issue? What?
Those big green boxes that sit out by
Yes.
the street, it's from the leak in there.
Gotcha.
And that's really a backflow backflow prevention, main water to the buildings.
Any other items for discussion? All right, see none, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Motion, second.
I'll second.
We have motion and second, welcome.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Martindale,
Yes.
Mr. Bosso.
Yes.
Mr. Shriner.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes. Concludes tonight's meeting. Thank you everyone for coming.